but unfortunately my phone is doing some screwy stuff, and I thought I was past this point, but apparently I'm not. So this is the information as I'm saying it, I guess, and that way that because very important, and I don't want it to be cut off. And I did warn you guys it was going to be a long video, one thing that I would be doing it. So I'm keeping my promise, and it's 2 minutes before midnight. I did it today, but I just got off my shift at the store, so we'll do it earlier than this. But anyway, um before I initially get started, there is the rumor mill getting started about pay actually changing. So I have not been able to attend the last two town hall meetings as sleeping during that time usually when they do them on Thursdays. So my co-driver and I have missed them. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna listen to them, and they're each an hour long. So you guys the most accurate information. So far the rumor mill is saying that the page for SMAT drivers, as it stands currently, we get 3 cents additional for how it was is that Covenant pays for the endorsement, not what you haul. Well, comes to that they're going to start only paying the 3 cents additional. All other companies are doing that and have been doing that for a while. Covenant was whether you hauled it or not, which made it amazing. But for this year, and they were probably and more money they spend elsewhere, tires, equipment, trailers, accidents, citations, um, the CSA company as well. When drivers aren't doing what they're supposed to do, the company gets dinged too, not just the driver. So, but anyway, um, so we have to understand that the money, you take all the trucks that Covenant has and you multiply that by all the costs that they have to be out and things like that. It's a lot, and that's not even including fuel costs. So we already went over fuel days between $7 to $10 million in fuel. So it's probably even more than paying like high dollar for it. So companies don't have money trees in the back of their offices or under the company, and they're sitting there going to pick money off the tree, and it's just free money coming from everywhere or that source. Like, you guys have to understand the money has to come from somewhere. So if they're taking a cut from um if they're taking a cut from other things like our pay, our incentives, and things like that to put it somewhere else, like, obviously, um, there's an issue. They're spending more money at some point somewhere, and then they have to make up for it. It's got to come from somewhere. So they have to take from one spot and then move it to somewhere else. So they're taking the incentive that we have for 3 cents for hazmat, and they're moving it to where they need it the most. So with that being said, guys, there are changes that are coming to this. So I'm just going to give you as it stands right now. When you go through orientation, they will explain all this stuff to you. So just write it down and then have it when you go. So per diem is the one that I always do first because it's the most confusing, I guess. So for non-hazmat students, it's $700 per week. gross. So of course you have to deduct your taxes and your deductions from Covenant, whatever insurance you have with them. Hazmat student, $725 per week, and that's gross. Here is just the scale that I have. So the teaming, as long as you're a team, you get 10 cents, and then hazmat additional 3 cents, and then you multiply your earnings by 22%, and that'll tell you what the taxes are going to come out for your check. So TD1, Mentee 1 for non-hazmat, 0 to 3 months experience. We always do it worst case scenario, so 2,500 miles. You're going to multiply that by your cents per mile. So for this bracket, it's 52 cents base pay plus your teaming bonus, which brings you to 62 cents. Okay, so 56 cents of that gets taxed, and 6%, 6 cents does not get taxed. So you're going to take your 2,500 miles and you're going to multiply it by 62 cents. That's going to bring you $1,550, and that's your gross. And then you're going to subtract your $150 for your per diem. Now, how I got your per diem is I took the 6 cents that's not going to be taxed, and I multiplied it by the same amount of miles, and it gives you $150, okay? So you're going to subtract that from what you get for your entire week, and it's going to bring you to $1,400. You're going to multiply that by 22%, and it totals out to $308. Now that's what the IRS is going to take from you. So you take your $1,400 that you made gross weekly. You're going to subtract the $308, and it leaves you with $1,092, okay? Then you're going to add back your per diem because the IRS couldn't touch it. So basically we set it aside and they couldn't tax that money. So we're going to add that back, and it's going to bring you to $1,242, and that's what gets deposited into your account, okay? So that was the non-hazmat. So TD1, Mentee 1, hazmat endorsement, 0 to 3 months. It's the same time frame. The only difference is this driver is hazmat. So we're going to go here, and the base pay is 52 cents. Then you're going to add your hazmat pay, which is an additional 3 cents, which brings you 55. And then you're going to add your teaming bonus, which is 10 cents. So your cents per mile will be 65 cents. So 59 of that will be taxed. 6 cents of that won't be taxed. So you've got 2,500 miles times 65 cents per mile. It'll bring you $1,625, and that's your gross amount. You're going to subtract your $150 for the per diem, and that'll leave you with $1,475. You multiply that by the 22%, and it'll be $324.50 that your taxes gets taken out, okay? So we're going to take the $1,475, and we're going to subtract the $324.50. It'll leave you with $1,150.50. You add back your per diem, and it'll give you $1,300.50, and that is your net deposit, okay? That's what's going to be deposited into your bank account. So that's for that one. I'm still sitting outside the Loves. I couldn't go home because then it wouldn't get done, and I promised you guys. So I'm sitting in my car. So 3 to 6 months non-hazmat is 55 cents base pay, plus the teaming bonus is 65 cents. So 49 cents of that gets taxed. 16 cents of that does not get taxed, okay? So even being 3 to 6 months, like, you're going to see a good amount of money. Like, so you're not even going to be within the company for a long time and you're going to be making money. So 2,500 miles, worst case scenario, like always. You multiply that by your 65 cents. It leaves you with $1,625, and that's gross. And then you minus $400. Now, how I got $400 for the per diem is you take your 2,500 miles and you multiply it by 16 cents, which brings you $400. So you set that $400 aside, and it leaves you with $1,225. You multiply that by 22%, and it comes out to $269.50. Okay? So you're going to take that $269.50 and you're going to subtract it from your $1,225. It'll leave you with $955.50. Do not panic, because we're going to add back that $400 a per diem, and it gives you $1,355.50. Okay? That's your net deposit. That's what's going to be put in the bank account. So 3 to 6 months, same time frame. Hazmat endorsements, the only difference. So you're at 55 cents a mile base pay, and then you add your 3 cents for your hazmat endorsement, which is 58 cents, and then plus your teaming bonus. So you're at 68 cents a mile, only being with the company 3 to 6 months. Because you're hazmat, you get an additional 3 cents incentive. So 52 cents of that is going to be taxed, and 16 cents of that is not taxed. So 2,500 miles multiplied by 68 cents is going to be $1,700. Okay? You subtract the 400, it'll leave you with 1,300 even. Multiply that 1,300 by 22%, $286 they're going to take out, okay? Once you subtract the 286 from your 1,300, it's going to leave you with $1,014. Now look, plus the 400 per diem, your paycheck goes back up $1,414. Right? That's your net deposit. So being per diem actually benefits you because you get to set money aside that you don't have to share. So that's like a better way of looking at it, right? I'm trying to get the paper to sit right. Okay. So 6 months to a year, non-hazmat. Base pay is 59 cents. Your teaming bonus is an additional 10 cents. It brings you to 69 cents, you guys. 6 months, you can be making 69 cents a mile. So 6 months to a year. So that's anything in between. This is just the non-hazmat. Almost 70 cents, right? So 53 cents of that is going to be taxed. 16 cents not taxed. So you multiply that 69 cents by 2,500 miles. It brings you $1,725. You subtract your $400 for the per diem, and it leaves you with $1,325. You're going to multiply that by 22%. It's going to be $291.50 that the IRS takes out of your money. It's not Covenant. It's the IRS. Unfortunately, we have to pay Uncle Sam always. So, $291.50 subtracted from $1,325 is going to leave you with $1,033.50. You add back your per diem at $400. It's going to bring your paycheck back up to $1,433.50 is what's going to get deposited into your bank account. You guys can't beat that. Only being with the company for 6 months to a year. So it's craziness, right? Then we go for the hazmat endorsement. So the first one that I just showed you was non-hazmat. So for the same time frame, 6 months to a year with hazmat, you're at 59 cents for your base pay. Plus your 3 cents for being hazmat is 62 cents. Plus your 10-cent teaming bonus brings you to 72 cents per mile. So 59 cents is going to be taxed and 16 cents is not going to be taxed. So you have 2,500 miles as your worst case scenario. 2,500 miles multiplied by your 72 cents per mile is going to be $1,800. You minus your $400 from the per diem, it's going to bring you an even $1,400. You multiply that by the 22% for the tax bracket, $308 is what you're going to pay in taxes. So then 400 even minus 308 is going to bring you $1,092. And then guess what? We get to add back that per diem. So 1,092 plus 400 brings you $1,492. So you're almost at $1,500 being hazmat, being with the company 6 months to a year. Like, it's amazing. It's like covenants, just like handing money out. They're like, here, take the money. So 1 year plus non-hazmat based on 2,500 miles. It's always worst case scenario, guys. So 63 cents is the base, plus your 10 cents is going to be 73 cents. So I need you guys to pay attention to this. For 1 year non-hazmat, you're only going to make 1 cent more than somebody that's only been with the company 6 months to a year. Just because they're hazmat, they're making almost the same amount as somebody that's been with the company for a year. That's how important endorsements are, you guys. Like, if your endorsement will put you on the map for more money, even though you don't have that much experience. Because we pay for you to haul, specialized stuff. That's what endorsements are for. It's because it's kind of like a mini license attached to your license. So that's why hazmat is so important. Somebody that's been with the company 6 months, we'll just go worst case, 6 months, just because they have hazmat, they're making 1 penny less than somebody that's been with the company for a year or more that's non-hazmat. It's really amazing. So brings me back to this. So 73 cents at 2,500 miles. So we're at a total of $1,825. You minus your per diem so that the IRS can't touch it. That's your monies. So it brings you to $1,425. And then 22% is what you multiply. And it's $313.50. So you're going to subtract that from your $1,425, and it'll be $1,111.50. So you add back your per diem at $400, and it gives you $1,511.50. You're already at over $1,500 being with the company a year plus. Non-hazmat, and that's your deposit being per diem. So that's why it's so important, you guys. So 1 year hazmat endorsement, 2,500 miles, worst case scenario, right? So 63 cents plus your 3 cents hazmat brings you to 66 cents, plus 10 cents teaming bonus is 76 cents. So 60 cents of that gets taxed, 16 cents does not get taxed. So here we are, $1,900 is what you get when you multiply 76 cents by 2,500 miles. You minus your $400 in per diem, it brings you to an even $1,500. So 22% times $1,500 brings you $330 is what IRS is going to take out of your paycheck. So 330 subtracted from 1,500 brings you $1,170. You add back your per diem, you got $1,570. That's your net pay, guys. That's what goes into your bank account. It's craziness, right? I mean, they're just kind of handing monies away. So, that's it for the per diem side. Now, I did that one because it takes the longest, subtracting the per diem and all that. So, look at this. Non-hazmat, 0 to 3 months, non-per diem. So, TD1 and Minty 1, you are not eligible for non-per diem. Okay? It's something within the company. It's not worth it. As far as like tax breaks and stuff like that. So you're not eligible for non-per diem. It's kind of like a set rate. Okay. So you have to be per diem in that bracket, for TD1 and Minty 1 for those titles. Okay. So it's the same thing as if you were per diem. So I'm not really going to go over that because it's the same. So non-hazmat TD1, Minty 1, not hazmat endorsed TD1, Minty 1, it's the same as if it were per diem. You have to be on per diem until you get to the 3 to 6 month mark. Okay. So I'm just going to jump there. 3 to 6 months, non-hazmat. You got 59 cents plus your 10-cent teaming bonus is 69 cents. Okay, you guys, 69 cents. So you get a higher cents per mile being non-per diem. But here's the kicker. All of your, come on, paper. All of your money gets taxed. So we're going to multiply the 69 cents by the 2,500 miles, and it brings us $1,725. That's what you gross for the week. You multiply that by 22%, the IRS is going to take almost $380 from you. There's no setting money aside when you're non-per diem. Okay? So $1,725 minus $379.50, you only made $1,300.45. I mean, $13.45.50. That's your net pay. Isn't that crazy? The IRS literally just robbed you. So you're out there working for practically nothing. I'm just going to put it that way. Okay? So 3 to 6 months, hazmat endorsed, non-per diem. So you get a higher cents per mile. So your base pay is 62 cents. And then you get a teaming bonus of 10 cents. So 72 cents per mile for 3 to 6 months. It seems like, oh yeah, I make 72 cents and I've only been with the company 3 months. Well, that victory is going to be short-lived because 72 cents multiplied by 2,500 miles. Yeah, sure, you grossed $1,800, but you're going to tax all of it at 22%. That's almost $400 that the IRS is taking out of there. $4 shy of $400. That's insane. Per diem just set $400 aside so that they can add it back to their monies after the IRS taxes them. So $1,800 minus the $396 is $1,404. That's it. That's literally almost $400 of your paycheck gone. Okay? So I think per diem is better. I always have. I always will. And we don't have to set our stuff aside. So I'll explain that in a second because this is going to go quick. 6 months to a year, non-hazmat. Your base pay, 63 cents per mile, plus 10 cents for the teaming bonus, 73 cents, right? You gross $1,825 because we're multiplying your 73 cents by the 2,500 miles. You multiply that amount by 22%, $401.50 is going to be taken by the IRS. Look how much you've grossed in between 3 to 6 month hazmat and 6 months to a year non-hazmat, it's only a $25 difference. And look how much the IRS is taking from you. $401.50. You're still in the $1,400 bracket. $1,423.50. How long do you have to run? And how many miles do you have to gain and push and push and push for an entire week for you to end up with a small check like that? That's literally almost like a quarter of your check that the IRS is taking. It's insane. 6 months to a year hazmat, 66 cents. Plus the 10-cent teaming bonus is 76 cents per mile, right? 2,500 miles multiplied by the 76 cents. You gross $1,900. Multiply that by your 22%. You're almost giving away to the IRS $420. Look, $418 the IRS gets to take from you. You're still in the 1400s. $1,482 is what your net pay is going to be. That's what gets deposited into your account. Look how long you've been with the company. And your hazmat. And you're still making $1,400? It's insane. It's crazy. I don't know how drivers think that being non-per diem is way better. I don't see it. So 1 year plus, non-hazmat, okay, 67 cents. Plus your 10 cents, teaming bonus, 77 cents. So let's take that 77 cents, multiply it by 2,500 miles. $1,925 multiplied by 22%, $423.50 the IRS is taking from you. Look at that. You barely made it past $1,500, and you have to be with the company for a year just so that you can make over $1,500 for net pay to be deposited. Like, the IRS is going to rob you. That's insane. 1 year plus, hazmat endorsed. 70 cents base pay plus your 10-cent teaming bonus. So 80 cents per mile, right? You're going to gross $2,000 even. Multiply that by 22%, $440 the IRS is going to take from you. That leaves you with $1,560 in your net pay. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe it. So there you guys have it. Per diem is always going to be better than non-per diem for me. Now, I mean, if you go into it and really look and do the research, how it factors into Social Security and all that other stuff, because drivers say, oh, well, if you get per diem, it's going to rob you for your Social Security when you get older. And if you want to go through all that, do that. That's fine. I'm not fighting you on it. I'm looking at the numbers. And when you're non-per diem, you have to keep all your receipts, everything for your expenses, all that stuff, so that that way you are able to do your expenses, your deductions, and all that other stuff when you file your taxes. Per diem drivers don't have to do that. Covenant does that for you. So it's just, to me, it's easier. It's a no, but it's your preference. So here we go. So reefer, additional 2 cents per mile. So I'm just going to 1 year plus, hazmat endorsed. This is non. So 70 cents plus your reefer 2 cents is going to be 72 cents plus your 10 cents. Okay, this is non-per diem. So you just take that 82 cents and you multiply it by 2,500 miles, and that's non-per diem. If you want to do per diem, then you would have to do the deductions of the $400. That was just an example of how the additional cents per mile works. But I did hear that the reefer additional to go away. So the 6 cents per mile for the Wildcats, that's additional for any, not going away to my knowledge as it stands right now. So you do the same thing, 76 cents plus the teaming bonus brings you to 86 cents, and that's non per what recruiters tell you when they say, oh, you can make 86 cents per mile, and it's true. You have to be a company for a year plus, and you have to be either hazmat endorsed and non-endorsed, because they include the 3 cents. So that it more goes into it. There's more detail. So that's what I mean by recruiters need to tell you that it's non-per diem. Period and trip sheets. I didn't do this in the last video, so I'm kind of glad I had to do this again. Sheets to be turned in 23:59 Sunday Eastern time. So if you have a load and you're running, and it's 2200 drop off Pacific time, 10 o'clock here in the morning Eastern time, that is after 23:59, which is technically midnight. So their dropping off will go on the following week's paycheck. It will not count for the current week that you are running. Just you guys understand and you know, pay period is 23:59 Sunday Eastern, where the terminal is. Teaming miles are split. So 5,000 miles miles per driver, and that's worst case scenario. Okay, so $4 per hour split to team, so that means it's $12 per driver per hour. Is when a shipper or receiver detains you to either live load you or live. If your appointment time was for 1500, it does not start until 2 hours after your appointment time. So that means that 10K won't start until 5 o'clock that evening. So to be 7 was at 1500. Okay, just so that you guys know, it's to give it's a grace period for the shippers and receivers, so they give them a 2 hour didn't pay. Okay, so layover is $50 per 24 hours. Meeting for an appointment time, if you're waiting on a load, something per 24 hours. It has to be from 7 o'clock in the morning the following day. It's not going to pay out if it falls an hour short, a half hour out. It has to be a full 24 hours. So late home time $100 per day for up to 2 days. So that means you get a total of $200 if late going home. This is why drivers need to put in their home time. Let's say you want to be home on the 19th. In your time for the 18th. So that way it gives them time to find a load for you to be home. In this industry, there's unforeseen things. So this is why they pay you. If you get stranded, stuck somewhere, weather shut down, your truck broke down, something like, will you $100 per day that you are late going home, but it's only for a maximum of. And then last but not least, guys, I've got okay. So anything that's less than 125 miles, so between 0 to $25 per driver. Anything that's between the hours of 4 to 8 is $50 per driver. And anything that is 8 hours plus is 85. I'm not sure if they're going to change this, but that is what they pay for local pay for short runs. If they have to be moved, you can add local pay to your miles. You just let them know, like, well, they should be able to see it though with the trip plans. And then we have loyalty pay. The amount of time that you spend with the company. If you work for Covenant between 5 and 10 years, so if you're at 76 cents per mile and you hit your 5th year, you're going to be at 70 cents on 5 years in 1 day. If you've been with Covenant for 14 to 2-cent increase for your cents per mile. If you've hit 6, it'll be additional 3 cents per mile. So loyalty pay is just exactly what company, however long you've worked for them or driven for them, they pay you loyalty, but they're being loyal to them. So I'm 1 year shy of my 5th year, so I will be getting these, and I'm excited for it. I am really excited for it. So there you have 3 for additional Wildcats at 6 cents, detention pay, layover for the truck. Once I find out on doing for this new September pay changes deal about it, it's the most accurate information that I can. I don't like telling you guys information. I missed the last 2 town halls that they had, and I had to get sleep, so I couldn't call in. Are open for any driver to call in. They give you the phone number and the code for you to join in, and you just little updates, anything new that's happening with the company. That's what those calls are for. So too many changes for pay, because drivers, work and stay with the company. So I hope it's not a sign. But as I said in the Drivers for Covenant, on the Drivers for Covenant page, there was a pay talking about, doing all this stuff differently, and they're thinking about send hazmat if you're not hauling hazmat, which is new. But you guys have to understand, companies out for other things, accidents, repairs, anything like that. The money has to come from somewhere. Your cover doesn't have hazmat and you have hazmat, why are you getting paid hazmat pay when you're not even home? Because your co-driver's holding you back. This is why I push and push and push for all you guys to have your endorsement. This won't affect you. If you and your co-driver both have your hazmat endorsement, you will get hazmat loads. So I don't understand how drivers get angry or they're complaining or it doesn't make sense to them. They pay you for something that you're not doing, and your co-driver is not willing to do that. So therefore, that either get a different co-driver or you let them know, like, hey, get your endorsement so we can make more money, or I'm gonna get it can't get more simple than that, guys. I am non per diem. Again, I prefer per diem. 90% of Covenant automatically entered into the per diem bracket. So that's why your cents per mile is coming, because recruiters will tell you, oh, you can make 86 cents a mile. You can, but you have to be, and you have to have your endorsements. So it's possible that they're going to tell you the cents per mile. That's where want the money. I want to know how much money I can make. But I don't think that's fair. So that's why I give you see the difference. You make your decision before you even contact a recruiter. And they tell you, oh, you're going to make 86 cents. I want these pay breakdown. And if I've only been with the company 3 to 6 months and I haven't been, because I don't think that's fair that they entice people to come. It's not a company that does this. I just overall period, I don't think it's fair that they, yeah, exactly. You have to, because the Covenant can money, and hello DJ, thank you for commenting. um Covenant can charge more for, if you're not hauling hazmat, they're going to get a regular amount, because it's not hazmat. They want the hazmat loads because they get get our money for it. That's why they pay for the incentive. So it's really about getting they're the ones that are holding themselves back, or even having a co-driver that refuses to get it. Or, like I said before, I feel bad for those drivers, because we all make mistakes, and whatever you have on your later on in life. So if it's something that you can get expunged off your record, I would just get it knocked down from a felony to a misdemeanor, and then after so long, I think it's like a year, you can get it so it's not even affecting you anymore, so that way you can get the perks and enjoy more money. Because it's crazy that some of us get affected as well. It's crazy, but yeah, I hope you guys understand that full breakdown. I normally don't do this, but my phone space is just absolutely ridiculous. So it was out and just fine like 2 days ago. But once I upload it and it processes, you can watch like a regular video. It's just that I wish I could have done it like a regular video. Before I go, because I literally have to be back here at Love's in like 5 hours. Got anything for me right now would be the perfect time. Before I head out, and it'll take probably like 24 hours before this video set it to public, so that you guys would be able to watch it anytime. Comments, concerns, nothing. Zip, nada. All right, so I'm trying to think if there's anything off the top of my head. I did all that stuff. Any tips as far as what? Okay, so Esther, I have that video too. I started to do it, and that's when I realized my phone's running out of space. There's 2 ways to run so there's dedicated, and that depends on where you live, because it's dedicated for Estes. So if those lanes are full, you're not going to be able to get on them. So if you want to come to Estes, you're automatically going to be put into wild lanes. So wild lanes is and basically you're not going to know where you're going. They're going to send you a trip plan. Let's say that so you're going to get a trip plan that says New Mexico, and then it's going to be the same starting located. Once you get there and you get your load, you'll know where you're going to take that load to. Once you get a macro 38, which is going to like get all your information. So like your stuff. Once you get that and send it to Covenant, they will regenerate your trip plan. What you're doing. And then you can start your trip, go about your business, drop off. Let's say you're going to Orlando. Once you get to Florida, you're going to call into Central Dispatch. You're going to let them know I'm dropping off trailer number. Drop those trailers off from Florida. You're going to pick up another, and then they're going to tell you where you're going next. So it's random. When you history of it all, I don't like doing the remedial type thing over and over and over every week, day in, day out. I don't like that. I am literally bored out of the only good thing about that is one, dedicated, you're home every week and you do your reset. Your miles are set, so you know what you're going to get every paycheck. You already know how much it's going to be. You can kind of go on, love. You're going to pick like where you stop at. So since that's the highway I run every week, right now, like where we stop every week to like switch out, to stop and take our 30 flat, or if we want to go shopping, we want to go sit down at a restaurant, we'll adjust our trip so that it's going to 6 hours to get here. And then once we get there, then that's when we stop and start doing all that other stuff. So that's another good thing about being dedicated, is you run your clock however you feel comfortable that way. So you can pretty much have control of how long you stay somewhere. It's boring after a while. So that's what I don't like about it. But I'm not complaining, because I need to working at Love's and I could keep coming home. so y'all can't have my lane, it's mine. But running wild, I liked the mystery of it all. I liked going all over. I'd go and picnic. I know I'm going to New Jersey. I pick up in New Jersey. Next thing I know, they're sending me out to Arizona. Washington. So I liked not knowing where I was going until I got there. So the same thing. I have to be challenged. I like the excitement and all that other stuff. So if you're able to do, I want to say at least 3, maybe like 2 short loads, then you should make good money. So I don't know. Like if you do a Pennsylvania to California, those miles, and sometimes they do have it because Riverside is one of their main hubs. So I know always have coming out of there. Oh yeah, I think you do. It told me I like right now I have 3 viewers, and then like when your signal messed up, so it's got to be where you are, hon. Because I'm sitting. So it's been fine for me. Where are you at right now, if you don't mind me asking? But I hope that answers your question, DJ. There's really, I mean, doubles is not really, to me, it's easier. My co-driver and I, we love hauling doubles. 53s are not hard. I don't know. It's just doubles are more fun. Doubles are more fun, like doubles, better than hauling a 53. The only downside, awesome, glad I could help you guys out. Being doubles, whoever is gonna, out of you and your co-driver, whoever's gonna do nights, You just got to choose the very last fuel island farthest from the building, because most drivers, most drivers, they want to be closer to the building. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Stationary. I mean, maybe it could be me. I didn't have service earlier either, so no. Oh, yeah. Trying doubles. How else to explain it? It's almost like driving a snake. Like, oh, um, I like it. I don't. It's just watch your speed sometimes, because like it starts to your rear trailer starts to kind of fit, and as long as you're not kind of jerking the wheel when you're like checking your mirrors, and you just move your head to check your mirrors, you shouldn't fishtail. Um, so the thing is to find in parking. You can't back them, so don't get in a tight spot, because it's never a good idea to pull forward in a spot, a complete pull through. Then you'll be fine. But if it's like blocked off or something like that, do not. Dad. Hey, we should get to tanker doubles. I've seen those. Like it's like a long tank, and then it's like a short little tank, little double connection thing. I want to try that too. I also want to do car hauling and flatbed. Oh, like like I'm not the kind of chick that just kind of does one thing and sits. Like I gotta dabble. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, yeah. So benefits of hauling is you be able to find parking, and you be able to back and get her on the spot. Sit, and then hauling doubles, you just have to watch your space and move your fifth wheel. I did that video so that you guys can see for moving the fifth wheel. You'll tear your mud flaps right off when you go to make a turn, because the mud flap bars get hooked on the layers beneath. So you always want to have like that extra room. But once you move your fifth wheel, you and then also when you haul a 53, because with it's, oh, awesome. Yeah, I thought about that. If it wasn't messing with me no more, I sure was about to. I already work at Love, so Gemini, here I was. And they hiring like crazy too right now. And Gemini is good too. Loves to work in store as well as like driver. So and they have like home daily. And I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. I do. I went trade, but it wasn't messing with me. I would have had to. But yeah, so it that I want to look into if you don't want to do the small company anymore, Daniel. Um about I was talking about parking. Is that what I was talking about? I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought. All right, I am gonna get going. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble. I think you can make that with Loves. I don't think you can make that with Loves. I'm not sure. I just right too, and I think about going local sometimes, and maybe like a year or so, but I don't know. That's my home. I can't. I can't. Every time I think about it, my heart hurts. And it sounds so crazy because people be like let it go. And even my family, they're like, what is it? It's so we're Mr. Griffin or Miss Griffin, were you part of it when I was doing pay? Because this is a live right now. It's not going to recap pay until after it uploads, and it won't upload for like 24 hours after it processes. Are you asking if Covenant's a good company for pay? Like, hi? Was that your question? Let me see. Uh, yeah. Okay, so Covenant does pay the driver. They are making changes. I'm not sure which changes are just yet. Starting rate cents per mile. What experience do you have? And do you have endorsements? Oh. I might as well sleep here and then just go back in and clock in. Like, or no, 6 hours? Something like that. Like 6 hours. I'm gonna minute just for me to come back in the mornings. In the mornings. The doubles was 7 months. Let me see. But are you happy? It's weird for doubles endorsement. It just adds you to Estes. So that'll be 6 months to a year. I don't know if I missed it or not. Okay. The one that's really important is hazmat. So if you have 7 months and your hazmat endorsed, then that'll give you what your it died and it shut off on me. Okay. It depends on where you live. So certain states have certain guidelines that you have to follow. So like for the state of Nevada, you have to be in Nevada to take your hazmat test and your fingerprinting and all that stuff. If you're in Florida, Florida's also another one that requires you to go back to your state in order for you to do that stuff. Then there's some states that you can take it anywhere. So it depends on your state. You'd have to do the research on that because I don't know them off the top of my head, only certain ones. I know California is like that too, but Covenant doesn't hire out of California anymore. Unless they change that again too, but I doubt it. And you also asked me, oh, come on, don't do this to me. There it is. And then you have to take a class. There's a new class that you have to take that's required that Covenant has inside the Covenant app. And it's like a training course that you're required to take by the like for the DMV. Don't do this to me. Oh, it's telling me my phone's running out of space. I don't care. I'm live. As long as my battery ain't dying on me, I'm okay. So I don't know like where you would want to go. You just have to find somewhere that does fingerprinting wherever you live, and then take the written test at the DMV. But you have to take that training course first. Get the certificate, which it like should print. you should be able to print it out after you pass the course, and then you take that into the DMV. You're in Florida. Okay, so you're going to have to find a place in Florida that does your fingerprinting and your background check. You're going to have to take the required training course. Once you pass that and you get your certificate, you're going to have to take all that stuff to the DMV. And then you can take your written test for the hazmat, which is like 25 questions, I think. And then once you pass that, you'll get your endorsement. So it's not very difficult. It's just a matter of having the time to do so. So to answer your question, 6 months to a year is what bracket you would fall underneath. So if you were hazmat endorsed, 6 months to a year, coming in with 7 months experience, you would be making 72 cents a mile. So your weekly would be $1,800. If you're per diem, which 90% of the company is per diem, unless you tell them you don't want to be, you're gonna deduct. Oh, I'm not done, sweetheart. So you're gonna deduct the $400 that's your per diem. So it'll leave you with $1,400. That's gonna get taxed. Did I lose service? Can you guys hear me? What is going on with my phone? It is seriously tripping out right now. My screen is completely frozen. Anyway, there you are. Okay. So maybe all of our service is just crap right now, right? Okay. So for the $1,400, you're going to multiply that by 22%. That's what the IRS is going to tax you. So it comes out to $308. So you're going to have $1,092 after taxes gets taken out, and then you add back that $400. So your net pay is going to be $1,492 is what you're going to get for that bracket. And that's if you have your hazmat. If you don't have your hazmat, it's going to be I mixed them all up, so give me a second. 6 months to a year, non-hazmat, you're going to be at like $1,433. That's non-hazmat. 6 months to a year being per diem. So it's pretty good if you ask me, you know, but it's just more beneficial for you if you were to get your hazmat. I hope that helps. So the difference is 60, like $59, $60. What about without per diem? 6 months to a year, non-hazmat, not per diem, you'll make 73 cents a mile, so it'll be $1,423. So that's practically the same thing. That's practically the same thing that you would get if you were non-hazmat per diem. It's literally like $10 difference. But if you were 6 months to a year hazmat, you would make $1,482. Yes, I'm giving you what would be after taxes. Yes. So you'll still be in like the 1,400 mark a week. Yeah. It's just what makes it better and benefits you and your co-driver is being able to haul anything. And that's what I tell my subscribers too. It's better to have all your endorsements, so whatever the company throws at you, because let's say that you go to a shipper, right? And all they have are hazmat loads. They don't have nothing else. And you don't have hazmat. Guess what? You're going to sit because you're going to wait for a load that you can haul legally. So you want to put yourself in a position to where you show up and they're like, are you hazmat? You'd be like, yep. Are you doubles? Yep. You got tankers? Yep. Here, take this load. You don't want to limit yourself of what you can do. Otherwise, you're not going to get that many miles. So if you hear or see drivers complaining, oh, we didn't get that many miles this week, you know, but there are loads. Like, I don't sit, even though I'm dedicated, so that's not fair. But I know other drivers that are not dedicated and they don't sit because they have nothing restricting them from taking any load that gets thrown at them. So if you have like, oh, I can't take that, oh, I don't have that, you're not going to be able to get loads. They're going to pass you up. You know, they're going to have to give it to the next person that can take it. So that's the only difference. You know, the pay, there is a difference in pay, but it's not like an extravagant amount. It's just, they're just incentives so that way you can benefit. And then on top of that, the guarantee, Covenant pays a guarantee for lack of miles. So let's say you don't run that many miles within the week. They are going to guarantee you a paycheck. It's $1,000 guarantee, but both you and your co-driver have to be both hazmat endorsed. If you're not, then you guys won't get the guarantee. So if you have a lot of breakdowns or you know, there's light freight or something like that and you don't get that many miles, you're going to have a small paycheck because these are incentives for you to get your endorsements. They will pay you. It's worth the perks for you to have your endorsement. So that's why I say it's just better to have it all. That way there's no surprises. You can't say you didn't know, you know what I mean? So it's like none of those things ever affected me because I didn't have that I came in with all my stuff. So, you know, it's just different for some drivers, I guess. But yeah. Anybody got anything else for me? Did I lose Daniel completely? Come on, phone. My phone is tripping. When I'm calculating, I'm sorry, DJ, I did not even see that question. It's based off of 2,500 miles. So I always do worst case scenario. So the average truck, even on a slow week, runs like 5,000 miles. So because we split miles and not pay, because we do pay for different stuff, like as it stands right now, some drivers get paid hazmat, some drivers don't. So you're going to get 3 cents more than what your co-driver gets. So even though you both get 2,500 miles, you're still getting a higher paycheck because you have 3 additional cents on like over your co-driver. But I was losing where I was going with that. Oh, so because we split miles and not pay, we always do it worst case scenario based off of 2,500 miles flat. But the more miles you run, obviously the more money you're going to make. So it just depends on you and how hard you and your co-driver grind. Because if you got a co-driver that don't really like to drive and do a lot of stopping and this and that, you're not going to deliver, you know, soon enough or on time in order for you to maximize your monies. So if you guys are both like hardcore, like hammering out those miles, just boom, 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 hardly stopping, doing what needs to be done. Don't take a long time to switch out, all that other stuff, etc. You guys will be able to pick up a load, drop it, pick up another load, drop it. That's what gets these drivers the higher pay that they get. A lot of the teams that you hear break like 6,500 miles, 7,200 miles, those are usually our husband and wife teams, because they have their spouse, they, working with them, and then their monies basically doubles. So like our couples on Estes are averaging between 14 and 16,000 a month. 14 and 16,000 a month is what they rake in together for one household. So if you have somebody, significant other, that is kind of teetering on getting their license, give them that push. And be like, we could be living the high life right now. I don't want to hear no more excuses. But if you have even if you're not in a relationship with your co-driver, if you and your co-driver run hard, you guys will be able to make the miles and make the money, so the longer you stay out, the more money you make as well. Yeah, see, and that's the problem, because a lot of the like loads and stuff are going to be hazmat. So you have to get your co-driver to get hazmat. If they can't or they won't, you're going to have to find another partner if you don't want to be affected by what's going on. And from the sounds of it, Covenant's getting ready to go into what everybody else has already been doing, only paying hazmat for hazmat loads. And if that's the case, a lot of drivers are going to be affected because they have non-hazmat co-drivers. So it's the way it is right now. Like, things are tight. A lot of things are changing. Like I said, I know you guys are probably on the Drivers for Covenant page. You see a lot of drivers complaining about, oh, this trailer's broken, that trailer's broken, I had 3 flat tires and this and that. That falls on the drivers. The drivers are responsible for pre-trip and post-trip. If they're not pre-tripping, and I've seen them do it, I've seen drivers that switch duties and nobody's walking around the truck. They get in, they mess with the Qualcomm stuff, they're sitting in the driver's seat, they're on their phone doing whatever, yada yada, or eating or something. Next thing I know, they're releasing the brakes and taking off. So if you break down the road, guess you should have checked your truck, huh? So it's not just Covenant has crap equipment, because it's not true. Covenant, if they know that the work needs to be done, they'll do it. It's just drivers are not reporting it. They patch it up so that way they can finish the load and get the miles to finish out that week. And then they drop the trailers, and then they don't say nothing to nobody. And then they wait for the next driver to come and pick it up. And then if it's a good driver that does their pre-trip, then that driver has to now sit for 6 hours because the drivers that dropped it off didn't say zilch to nobody. And that's the problem. It's lack of consideration and respect out here, because it's all about the gimme my money, the bottom dollar, which that's any job, any company, any person that needs to make a living. But at the same time, like, we also have to understand that we have co-drivers and co-workers, and we have to work together. Everything is connected to something, and it's affected by what does and doesn't get done. Hey, what's going on? I haven't talked to you in a minute. Oh my goodness. You guys are keeping me up. I got to go. Oh, I didn't even not know you were going to come on right now. Look, and then Daniel was on earlier. Like, y'all just made my night. For real. I'm so happy. Did you did you see they're gonna keep me? I get to keep my job. Yay. Kay messed up. So I'm happy for that. But like I was saying, so as long as your truck is running good, your trailers are good, you're taking care of them, then everything will run smoothly. But as long as drivers keep dropping the ball, thank you. As long as drivers keep dropping the ball and Covenant has to come out money to fix tires, to fix lights, to fix things that have been neglected, and now it's costing more money, they're going to start taking money from us. We're going to lose the incentive pay. They're already taking the 2-cent reefer. It's gone. It'll be gone in September. So when they take the 3 cents, if you're not hauling hazmat, there goes that. They just save 5 cents a driver a mile. You know how much money that is? Like, if you do the math, that's money for how many drivers that they have. They're going to start pulling money that they feel is, I don't want to say not important, because they know that paying their drivers is important. But if they have more costs coming from somewhere else, they have to find the money to pay those things. So if you're causing more issues than you're solving, we're not going to have no more monies. And it keeps us from getting pay raises longer too, because they got to put the money somewhere else. If Covenant can save money, they'll pay their drivers. We'll get pay raises. Like 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, we actually got 3 pay raises in less than a year. 3 pay raises in less than a year, because things were running great. But now things are starting to fall down again. Equipment's falling to crap. Drivers aren't taking care of stuff. They're getting citations. They're doing all kinds of things that's costing the company money. So that affects us and our bottom dollar. And every summer, every company does their budgets. So the fiscal year is over in July for taxes and stuff. So that's when businesses and companies do their numbers. So if they did a town hall and they're changing the pay in September, July was last month. So they done already ran their numbers for the quarter. So they know what they paid out and what they got in. So they ran their numbers. So we lost. That's the only way I could put it. We done lost. That's just it. You know. Sorry. And drivers are going to complain about that. Oh, they need to pay us and this and that. You need to do your job, and then you'll get paid. So, long story short, guys, do the right thing. Don't be like these other drivers that just want to get the money, give me the bag, and I'm just going to not care about other drivers and your equipment. I don't have to pay for it, but we will eventually, because then this happens. So technically we are paying for it. So yeah, it's a lot. Sorry, my phone is crazy right now. You guys got anything else for me before I get going? I know I said that like 6 times already. I'm gonna get going. This live will be posted tomorrow. It should clear tomorrow. Oh, love. Kay messed up. And I I was hands-free, okay? I was hands-free. But I was doing a live stream on YouTube while I was driving, and Covenant called me, And the head of safety was like, Kanasha, are you really doing a live while you're driving? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and you don't think that's distracted driving? And I'm like, he goes, you don't think that's distracted driving? And I was like, well, I'm not fumbling with my phone. So yeah, I got busted because I was doing a live YouTube while I was driving, and it was showing the road, and they got angry. And so now I'm on probation for 90 days. I'm in trouble. I really thought they was going to can me though this time. I really did. Because they have a zero tolerance policy for cell phone usage behind the wheel of a CMV. And Covenant is more strict on devices than probably most companies. So I done messed up. Yeah, I did. Somewhere deep down inside there, they still love me. I don't know how many lives I got left. Well, apparently, I have some in-house Covenant personnel subscribed to my channel. I do. I said that the last time. I do. I work here 3 days a week. So Monday, graveyards. So I'm here from like 8 o'clock at night to 4 in the morning on Tuesday. And then I go home. And then I come back Tuesday afternoon at 3 in the afternoon until 11 o'clock at night, which I just got off 2 hours ago. Nope, 11:30. Yeah, 2 hours ago. And then I'm still sitting in a parking lot. I couldn't go home. I didn't want to take the chance of my husband waking up. And then on Wednesday, so today, I yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I gotta pay my mortgage, man. I don't want to do it no more. Somebody pay my mortgage. I could really use help with this $2,200. You want a house, you got to pay for it. So on Wednesdays, I work the day shift from 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. And then I go home and I sleep a little bit. And then I drive down to Barstow to get back on the truck on Wednesday night. And then I come, yeah. For real, I don't want to pay it no more. I thought I wanted the house, and I got here, and I love it, and I hate it at the same time. And then every time that mortgage comes, I'm like, I hate it. I don't want it no more. Somebody take it. But I do like going home to my own house, though. So at least I have that. But yeah, I have to. And then the kids and the husband and everything, it's just too much. It's too much. I don't know. Did Daniel come back? It said 4 people was watching. Maybe somebody just cleared their notification. I don't know. But what else you guys got for me while you got me? Policies, accounts, trucks. What you got? Questions? And hopefully I got answers. Which I typically do, but do you come through here? I know your name, your YouTube name is throwing me off, but I know your name, Brandon. Do you come through here, North Las Vegas? 4 years. I've been in the industry as long as I've been employed with Covenant. You pass through the 15 sometimes. Do you know the Loves that's off I-15, um, Apex Basin? The one that's got like that weird exit where it like crisscrosses, like the trucks and cars can do that. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. Monday through Wednesday. It just depends on the time of day that you come. But I got green and gold hair right now. Oh yeah, I love. I love when I say I love Covenant. Like I love. I wouldn't have them branded on me if I didn't love them. Like I literally, they are my home away from home. What you mean you're not familiar? It's the only Loves that's up here. See, it's on there, stuck forever, forever. So that's where my heart is. So I'm gonna stay with them as long as I'm in the industry. And yeah, everybody says that. They're like, "Oh my God, you're crazy." No, not really. That's what everybody says. That's true dedication. Yeah, this is my company. That's where I stay. That's why they keep me. Unless I keep messing up. I think this is my last life I got. Oh, yes, definitely. Uh, Up and down the 5. Come on, man. Why you gotta be over there? Don't nobody like the 5. Especially the Grapevine. They get on my nerves. I hate that Grapevine. Only when it's windy, though. Because they be shutting it down real quick. CHP would be like, nope, turn around. Even though I do like stopping at that TA Buttonwillow. uh, but I don't run over there no more. I might go back to, because I'm gonna be a trainer. I'm gonna be a trainer come September of next year. Like September of next year, I'll be a trainer. If I could keep, if I could stop messing up. I'm all like turning my eyes, like I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I can't go without my phone, man. I can't. Like, who can go without their phone? I got too many people that contact me that depend on me. Like, I can't do it. So, what was I saying? Trainer pay. Okay, so you have to be with the company 10 months or more. You have to have at least one winter season under your belt. Um, and then no accidents, incidents, or citations, tickets, anything like that that's recent. I think it has to be within a year. You can't have any of that stuff. And trainer pay, it for a certified trainer, it's certified trainer, senior trainer, then master trainer. I want to say it's, I don't know what cents per mile certified trainers. Yeah, I will be like in a year. I still want to wait, and I want to run this lane for a little longer, and then I'll be making that move into training. So then I'll be going back out on the road longer, and I'll be going all over. I won't be dedicated anymore. So I'd have to quit my Love's job and all that. So the pay, I don't know exactly what the cents per mile is for trainers, because it's all different. I don't know if they base it on your experience as well as your trainer title. I won't know until I actually go into the training program. But you have to train 3 students solo first. So just you and the student, you have to upgrade at least 2 or 3 of those students first before you can start training 2 students at a time. Now, when your student goes to test out after getting their training hours, depending on how well they do, if they score a 3 or a 4, you get a bonus. And the bonus is $1,200 on top of your pay that you already made for that week for the miles. And then oh my god, I had it. When you train 2 students at once, it's the $1,200 per student. So that's like an easy $2,400 bonus on top of the miles that you ran. I love Covenant for giving out money. You gotta love them for giving out money. Yes. So I am gonna do that. I know for lease purchase, when you do lease purchase through TEL, it's $1.10 per mile, plus like the 7 cents for your maintenance and fueling reserve, like your bank. So I guess technically like $1.03, or is it like $1.17? I know I remember them saying $1.10. So I do know that for sure. I just don't know if that includes the 7 cents within that $1.10. And yes, if I were to be doing lease purchase, training would be the best bet for me, because it'll be worth it. If you do lease purchase through TEL and Covenant, if you just have a regular co-driver, that co-driver becomes your employee. So that means that you pay them, not Covenant. So that's what I don't want. Like, how do you split, $1.10 between you and your co-driver? That's like, what, 60 cents a mile? That's, no, 55 cents a mile. 55 and 55 would be $1.10. So yeah, 55 cents a mile. Like, we make more than that being company drivers. If I'm gonna be lease purchase, if a show ain't gonna be with somebody else, that I'm not seeing no benefit from it. So no thanks. And I don't know who else would be able to live off of 55 cents a mile, depending on how many miles you run. So, and this doesn't make sense. Sorry, it's a lot of commotion going on up here at this Love's, y'all. I got 2 squad car officers, some guy chasing some chick around the trash can around the fuel island. Like, Las Vegas is ghetto. It's insane. Come on, chat. Where are you? There you go. Yeah, we had an incident earlier. A lady was traveling with her mom, and her mom has dementia, and she told our managers that the lady was a stranger and kidnapped her and her dog. So, we have to keep her separated from the lady. And she's like really terrified. Her face was all red and flushed, and she was crying like she didn't know her. And it's really hard to deal with someone that has that type of disease or illness, because it's draining. It's mentally draining. I used to do CNA work before I became a driver, and to work in the Alzheimer's and dementia ward is literally exhausting, because those patients don't realize what's going on. They literally forget everything almost in an instant, and they have good days and bad days. And this must be one of her mom's bad days. And it's a lot, but my managers had to call the cops because it was her word against hers. So The daughter had to sit and wait for all this to be sorted out. It's almost 2 in the morning here. And they got here somewhere around like 9 o'clock last night. That's a lot of hours to sit and wait. And, your mom's going through an episode and there's nothing you can do about it. You just kind of have to wait for her to become lucid again. And it's hard watching your family member deteriorate right in front of your eyes and have to be the one to take care of them, and they don't even remember you, or they fight you the whole time, combative, don't want to get dressed, depressive days. It's crazy. I really feel for her. But yeah, it's been a show today. It's been a crazy show. So it's time for me to hit the hay, guys. I gotta go because it's like 2 o'clock and I gotta be back in like 5 hours. So I hope I answered all your guys' questions. You guys got anything else? Now I got a limo. Good night. I'll talk to you later. Of course. And like I said, once I process and I can set it to public, DJ, you'll be able to go back and recap. So all the pay stuff is in the beginning. And then when you guys came in, I was already rambling about other stuff. And then it became a full-on conversation. So you don't even have to watch the whole thing. It's just that the pay stuff is in the beginning so that you guys can have it. I just wish I had more space in my phone and you guys would have had the video sooner, because once it uploads, it uploads. Of course, love. Anytime. You guys can also reach me on Facebook too. It's the same name. It's just it's CVEN Obsessed Transport is what it is on Drivers for Covenant. So if you're ever in there and you see that name, like comment or post, it's me. That's my business Facebook, and of course it's Covenant related. And I have a personal Facebook, but my husband don't like me to give that one out. That's why I created this one. And then I have an Instagram that is just my regular Instagram. So yeah, I'm all over. I'm all over. But oh, and the CVEN Obsessed Transport, also I have my own page for that. So you guys can go to that page and request a friend request. Send me a private message. Let me know it's you. I'll add you. And there's other drivers on there too. But you can reach me mostly Drivers for Covenant. So, oh, and I'm on the non-official Estes page thing too. So, for Estes people. So if you're not on Estes, I don't think you could be in that group just yet. But if you are on Estes and you get added to that group, I'm also in there as well. So, plenty of ways to reach me. Plenty. Or just comment on YouTube underneath my videos or something. And I respond fairly quickly, unless I'm busy and I can't get to it. Oh my goodness, my head is itching so bad. But yeah, just let me know if you guys need anything. I am always here, anytime. I hardly sleep. So whenever you need me. Oh, I gotta take this thing off. I don't want to have that on me no more. Anything else? Bum, 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 bum. Get it while you got me. Alrighty. I'll just give it a few minutes in case somebody's typing something. I don't want to go and then you guys try to send something and it's like, this live has ended. That would be so messed up. This live has ended. I feel like I'm always in my car, either in my car, in the truck, or something, because I'm always on the go. But you guys don't never see me outside of sitting in the seat. I think I'm gonna film one of these times me inside one of the truck stops, so that way you guys can see me in a different setting. It's craziness. But okay, I gave it a few minutes to see if anyone was typing, and no one was typing. So I am gone. Until next time, guys. Bye.